What's going on, everybody? K to the 2 here with PPL Division 2 Season 4 Week 11. Yes, that is right. Week 11. That means it is the final week of the PPL this week, this season. And I am pretty excited, mainly because we are in first place heading into this final week. All we have to do is win this game, and we are the champions. Now, there will not be a recital of "we are the champions" at the end of this video. Not because I didn't win it, just because I don't feel like singing in my video. I have yet to reveal whether or not I've won this game, but I'm confident going into this. And if you guys want to know why, it is because of the team that I have brought, and it is because I know that Carson is not bringing standard sets against me. Now, the reason behind it is, well, I mean, like, you can go ahead and check it out in the team builder. Go ahead and check that out down below in the description, if you must. You can find out exactly what I'm bringing, why I'm bringing it, and I can't really say anything on Carson's end. I just know he's bringing memes. And by that, like, there's a stuffle on the screen, if you guys haven't noticed. I 100% expected Stuffle to come against me, and outside of that, everything else looks like a normal team, and I'm excited to see exactly what it is. But it's too soon to tell exactly what everything on his team is. So we're going to go ahead and get right into the match against Carson here. Just a quick overview, real quick though. Quick overview, real quick. Wow. I really just said that. Okay, let's go over the team that I brought, just briefly. Got a specially defensive Stunfisk with my Stealth Rock, got a physically defensive Rocky Helmet Toxapex, got a dual stab Taunt Roost Hydreigon with a Habomberry. I have a Calm Mind Keldeo with leftovers, dual stab and Toxic. Got a Hone Claws Aerodactyl with Life Orb, and I have Z Sunny Day Victini, which is looking like pretty spicy against this team, not gonna lie. All I need is chip damage on the Charizard and the Gardevoir, and then I will be feeling fantastic to potentially sweep with that, as long as I'm getting in a position to get up my Z Sunny Day. So, let's go ahead, hop right into the match. Go ahead and do that. I decided to lead with the Stunfisk this week. I did this because, like, I felt like rocks are the most important thing against this team, considering he has a Charizard X, and he's going to lead with the Decidueye. Now, I probably could have seen this coming and predicted it. However, it doesn't matter. I can live whatever this thing goes for. Except you're going to see that this Leaf Blade is going to do a lot of damage, and that's because I am specially defensive, and, like, that's not banded damage. That's just normal, like, adamant max attack damage, and that's like a high roll, and that had a chance to crit me because it is Leaf Blade, but I am able to get off the Static Para and my Stealth Rocks back on the field. Now you're going to see right here, we're still in the red after the end of this turn. So we're gonna save our Stunfisk for the moment. Now, he probably sees this coming, and we are going to make the switch into our Toxapex as he goes into the Gardevoir. Now, of course, I don't want to get completely rocked by this Gardevoir by staying in front of it with the Toxapex. However, I'm going to be a man here. I know I can live a Psychic. I know I can live a Psyshock. I do have the Stunfisk in the back. I also have Hydreigon, which I can switch into a Psychic move if need be. So I'm just going to stay in here and click Toxic because I felt like I could, and it's going to work out for us as he goes for the Wish. Now, we get the Toxic off against the Gardevoir, and I'm gonna do the same thing this turn. I know I can live whatever it goes for. I saw leftovers. It's not a Z-mover, so it can't kill me with Shattered Psyche. He could potentially taunt us, which would be annoying, but I'm just going to stay in here, and I am going to click the recover button in case he wanted to go for the Psychic move. And that was just to ensure that if he goes for Psyshock or Psychic, I would have been able to get at a high amount of HP once again after that and the toxic damage would start racking up on it. However, right here, he sent in his Charizard X. I know, once again, I can live whatever this thing wants to go for, and I'm thinking, alright, I know he's bringing memes. It's one of two sets. It's either Sunny Day or it's Belly Drum. And I'm clicking Haze in case it's Belly Drum. Turns out it's Sunny Day. So we're in a good boat. We're in a good boat. We're in a good boat here, guys. We're gonna go for the Haze, get rid of that Belly Drum that didn't happen, and as you're going to see, yeah, we got rid of the Belly Drum that he didn't go for, and he's gonna go for the Dragon Pulse, revealing to be fully special, and it does that much damage, which is pretty cool. We're gonna get off of Toxic, which means the Zard is now on a timer, and I can recover stall this to hell and back because Toxapex has stupid bulk. And, like, the Earthquake won't be able to kill me from here because I'm physically defensive, and he's going to go for the Solar Beam, absorb the light, and hit us with that Solar Beam, but it's going to do less damage than Dragon Pulse does because Dragon Pulse has Stab, and it does more after Stab, which is fine. So we're going to get back up to a good amount of health, and he's probably just going to end up switching out as I'm going to spam Recover here. Toxic is racking up. He has no way to get rid of it unless he goes into Gardevoir, which has Heal Belt if he has it. So he's going to go out into Plumpy, which is his Garbodor. Now right here I am going to go for a move, which is Recover. And the reason I went for Recover is because, like I said, I could sit in there and spam Recover. So right here, I'm just going to go for Liquidation. I have no idea what this Garbodor is going to do. It goes for Thunderbolt, and I had to look up on Showdown. This thing has Thunderbolt, and I was like, oh, shit, it does. But because it did that, and because it did so much damage, it did like just over 50%, I'm like, that Specs did actually 80 damage. So I have to go out into Stunfisk here. 100% have to go into Stunfisk, and he sees this coming. He's going to go into Decidueye. And it's going to take some Rocks damage, and I was potentially afraid of him going for Defog here because that would mean Charizard gets less damage on it every time it comes in, but you know, I was more afraid of the Leaf Blade, so I'm just going to go ahead and go back into my Toxapex in case he does go for the Leaf Blade. I know I can take plenty of them, and as you're going to see, that is what he goes for. He goes for the Leaf Blade, and I'm glad he didn't go for Defog. And he's going to end up taking just about as much damage to himself as he does to me. And because he does switch out here, it means he probably doesn't have Defog, or he's choiced into Leaf Blade. So that's I'm gonna pretty much rely on it being the latter, it being a choiced Decidueye, considering it did so much damage and I didn't see Defog. So I'm just going to go for Recover, get back right up to full, and right here I'm just going to stay in here, click Liquidation, because I know he specs, and I know I can take one. If he goes for Thunderbolt, I can go into Stunfisk, but if he tries to overpredict, which he did, I can get off some pretty good damage. And we're going to go for the Liquidation. We're going to do pretty good damage. That does about 25%, maybe a little bit more, maybe 30%, and we're going to go again for the Liquidation, I believe, as the Decidueye comes in. And as you can see, it's taken all chip damage at this point. 2 Rock Switch-ins and Rocky Helmet. And with this Liquidation, it's going to put it just below half. And all I have to do now is just spam my, my Recover. If he continually crits me even, he can't really do too much. However, right here, because I know he is locked into Leaf Blade, I know I can take a Leaf Blade and still be outside of range of Charizard X. Dragon Pulse. Normally it would be Dragon Claw, but Dragon Pulse is Dragon Pulse. So I'm going to try to go into my Hydreigon here, lure in the Charizard, and try to kill that with the Dragon Pulse, as I'm going to go for the Dark Pulse on this following turn. Now I'm going to go for Dark Pulse, and he doesn't switch out, which means he's sacrificing the Decidueye, and that means Rocks are here to stay for good. That's great. And now he's going to go into his Gardevoir, which is kind of sucky because I wanted the Charizard and not the Gardevoir. So he's going to get Trace the Levitate, and it's not going to be that big of a deal. We're just going to switch out here. We're going to go into Toxapex because he's going for a Fairy move against the Hydreigon. If he predicts it, that's cool because we're at full health and we can go back out into probably Stunfisk in order to just take it, rack up another turn of Toxic, which is pretty much what I'm relying on right now against this Gardevoir. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're still going to scout out for that Psychic move. We're going to go straight into our Stunfisk. I actually can probably take one if it is not complete max special attack, but from the damage that it just did with Moonblast to Toxapex, I can confirm that it is max special attack nature. Not nature, just max special attack EVs. So he's going to go for the Wish and get some leftovers, get Toxic racking up on him again. But we're going to get leftovers back as well. And like, remember when Stunfisk was in the red? Me too. It's not in the red anymore. It's actually at a very nice amount of health. It's switched in enough times to where leftovers has gotten it back up to like 2 times the amount of health that it was at. So we're going to go back into our Toxapex, expecting something. He goes for another Moonblast, which at this point makes me think he probably just doesn't have Psychic. But if he does, I'm going to check one more time and make a little bit more of a risky prediction and go into my Hydreigon here. But again, if he's going to go for anything, it'll be either Wish, which is what he's done a few times already, or Psychic. And I'm going to go into Hydreigon relying on that information. And also just trying to get the Charizard in here potentially. And also just basically all I'm trying to do is Toxic this Gardevoir down to a low amount of health. And right here, because I know I can't kill it with Dark Pulse, and because he probably can just kill us with a Moonblast, we're going back into our Toxapex. Now at this point, I'm expecting him to go for Sunny Day. As he goes into the Charizard to receive the Wish. I'm expecting him to go for Sunny Day because it's probably how he feels the best way to handle my team would be. And we're going to make the switch out into our Hydreigon here as he goes for the Sunny Day. Now that is exactly what is going to happen here, as I could have potentially lost my Habomberry there, but he does go for the Sunny Day, which is completely cool. And right here, we're going to exchange Dragon Pulses on this turn. Problem is, his will not kill me through my Habomberry, and he cannot hold a Habomberry, which means he will go down. So, early on here, that's 2 kills for Hydreigon. And we are going to be at a low amount of health following this. And really, Hydreigon has done his job and more. And with the Charizard gone, and the Gardevoir Toxic, all I need now is a free chance to get in with Victini, click Z Sunny Day, and then we are in business, and we can kill everything on his team. Gardevoir, as soon as it's around 2/3, 3/4 health, it dies to a blue flare in the sun. So he's going to go into the Sneasel here. I'm just going to sack it because I didn't want my Toxapex to take a knockoff right as it came in. As he goes for the Power Up Punch, though, so that's kind of cool. So I'm going to go right into Toxapex here, and I'm going to go for the Toxic because I know I can take a knockoff fairly easily. And as you can see, yeah, that's exactly what happened. So he's going to take Rocky Helmet damage. I'm going to get the Toxic on this, which means, again, he's taking a lot of residual damage. So he's taking Stealth Rocks, Rocky Helmet, and now Toxic is on it. And right here, I was kind of expecting another Power Up Punch, so I'm going to go for Haze because I know I can take whatever it goes for. I can take 2 knockoffs, and I was kind of like, he's going for a Z move right here. I was kind of afraid of like Z Dark move because I potentially could die to to Black Hole Eclipse plus another knockoff, but because I did go for Haze, I wasn't really afraid of that possibility. And he goes for All Out Pummeling, which turns out to be Z Focus Punch, which is what he had, and that does nothing, and it's just Toxapex now. Going for Haze, and now I can recover off whatever he just did to me. And Sneasel has been pretty much eliminated from this game, so that's a plus. So right here, he's going to withdraw, and he's going to go into his Gardevoir, and I'm still kind of not sure if it has a Psychic move. I'm fairly certain he would have clicked it by now if he had it. However, it is in my best interest to keep Toxapex around, and I do have the Stunfisk around still as well, in order to switch in and sacrifice. So I felt that it was probably for the best in order to go into the Stunfisk here. Pretty much, well, not right now, but I wanted to get off a little bit of chip damage first. So I'm going to go for the Liquidation as I'm actually going to be able to 2-hit KO this Gardevoir if he decides to stay in and not go for Protect. He's only shown 2 moves at this point, which are Wish and Moonblast, so he might not even have Protect, and he's actually going to end up switching out here. He's going to go into his Plumpy, which is the Garbodor, and that's cool because I can go for Liquidation. Comes close to knocking it out. I don't knock it out, but he gets his Wish, and I know 100% he can't really do anything to Toxapex. And if I go into Stunfisk, and he goes for Giga Drain, 100% okay, because I have the Victini, which resists Giga Drain, and I can get up my Z Sunny Day, but he instead goes for the Thunderbolt, which was kind of selfish. But right here, I'm just going to go for the Earth Power. It's my best move. It'll kill the Gardevoir on switch in, it'll kill this if it stays in, and it'll do good damage to this, which happens to be the Stuffle. And the Stuffle is here, and I know 100% that this thing's going to be very offensive, probably Choice Banded, and it'll probably outspeed the Stunfisk. I don't know what his base speed is. I didn't look that shit up. So he's gonna go ahead and outspeed us, kill us with Double Edge. And I was like, I do have a Toxapex in the back, but I do also have a chance to free setup with Victini, and that's what I'm gonna go for. So we're going in here with Victini, and we're going to potentially try to clean up the rest of his team. So we're gonna go for Psychic, 100% accurate. No need to risk Blue Flare missing. No need to try and set up on this when I could potentially die to a Double Edge. I don't know what the calc is. I just wanted to kill it because I know 100% that I can take knockoff from this Sneasel, and because I do have the Fire Z. So he's gonna go for the knockoff, and it does just barely over 50%. And right here, now we're activating that Z Sunny Day. And because of this, now I don't have to risk Blue Flare missing, and I can go for the Solar Beam, 100% accurate. It'll definitely kill the Sneasel from where it is. So we're going to go for Z Sunny Day, get our +1 speed, and that's going to be the end of the game. So Victini's going to pick up the last 4 kills of this game, and finish the season with 13 kills. Hydreigon finished the season with 13 kills, and Keldeo finished the season with 12. So 3 things, all very, very good performances this season. Great performances from our top 3 picks. And like, you know, like normally I'm the one to get MVPs, but like this season wasn't the MVP. It was more of a team collaboration, and I can definitely attribute me picking up Toxabliss after week 1, our week 1 loss to Chi. After that, I can definitely attribute that saved my season, is what I'm trying to say. That saved my season. Not only did it save my season, it put me on the right track to end up winning this championship, which is what we are going to do here. We are going to finish PPL D2 Season 4 as champions at 8-3, plus 23 on the differential, and nobody is catching us. We are heading to D1 next season, so woo! Woo! That's gonna be our season. So that was a lot of talking. Give me a minute. Whew. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed, make sure to hit that like button. If you guys enjoyed our season, if you guys want to support me and show how excited you are that I won another championship. This is our number 2 Number 2, my lord. This is our second championship of Gen 7, and it's hopefully not the last either, because I'm feeling good now. Definitely feeling good about our chances at winning more championships in the future. So if you guys want to celebrate me winning the championship, go ahead and hit that like button down below. And that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.